Oh, hi there, and welcome back to Minecraft. A few people have asked me how to build this building behind me, or buildings similar to it. So for those people, here's a tutorial. Okay, so for those of you who are unsure, let me just explain to you what this building is and why people are asking about it. This is a modular building. Now, it's super simple to make. Even if you're a novice builder like myself, it's so easy to make. And it starts off looking quite ugly, and to be honest, this design isn't the best, but we can make it look really cool. So let's go find some space, and we'll start again. Okay, so we've now found this lovely looking plains biome, and if you look over there, we can see the other house just in the distance. So let's just get started. Now, this is very simple to do. What we need to do is first of all work on the floor. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then do the same in this direction. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we then fill in all those blocks and we make a square. This is very important. It has to be a square, and we'll get to that in a moment. So let me just fill in those blocks, and I'll fill in the middle as well. Right, so now you've got your 11 by 11 area laid out. It's time to start working on the walls. Now, I should just reiterate that you don't have to use the exact same blocks as I'm using. I'm just trying to match what I've got over there, minus the fact that the floor's slightly different. So, what we're going to do is obviously got white concrete on the floor. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with black concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4 with black concrete, and we'll do the same all 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Super easy. Then you want to get, well, you're going to want some blue stained glass. So you're going to go 1, 2, and then some white concrete, 1, 2, blue stained glass, 1. And then it's pretty easy to go back from the other way. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and there's your 1. We want to do that all the way to the top, and then meet those over the top there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and lift those up, and then put those in there. So we should have 3 blocks of glass high, and then 1 extra level of concrete. So we want to replicate that on the other 4 sides. So I'll just do that real quick, and then also what I'm going to do is just fill in the roof, so every block like that. So I'll catch up with you in a moment once we've done that. And there you have it. So all the walls are now filled in, and the roof is put on top. The only thing left for us to do on this one is to put a door somewhere. So it doesn't matter which side we use, but we do want to use these middle blocks. So if we just take those 2 out and pop a door, and as you can see, this looks a little bit funny now. So that's what we've got, the blue stained glass, so not the panes, but the regular glass. Put that there, and that makes it nice and flush. One final thing is on that one, if you recall, we had some andesite walls around the top. Now I'm actually going to change it up for this one, just because I think it's going to look better in the long run, and I'm going to continue with the blue stained glass, so the panes, and I'm going to go all the way around like so. So every single outside block is going to have one of these on, and this is going to work later on because we're going to have balconies and stuff, and it's actually going to look quite nice with all that together. So let's just pop those in. There we go. So that's simple as that. That is your first cell. So what we do is we call this a cell, and from now on, anytime I refer to a cell, it's this exact thing. So it's the walls, the top bit, the inside, everything, that's a cell. And this is how it looks on the inside. We haven't put anything in because we don't need to. It's just about the outside. You can fill it with whatever you want. Now, what makes this interesting is because we build these in cells, and the reason we made it a square, so it doesn't look very good as it is because it's got no depth to it. That's where the glass comes in, just to sort of give it some shape. But the real trick is when you come to start building the next cell. So these are all 11 by 11 blocks, and all you need to do to build the next cell is to either go up, go out, whichever side you want. So let's say we want to come out this way. So let's say that's 1 block, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we then repeat the same thing and do that. So obviously in this one we've got an outside wall, 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously that's going to go all the way along here, and that will then become the second cell. So why don't I just do that real quick and then show you where we're getting on, and I'll explain to you a little bit further in a moment. Okay, so now you can see that we've got the basic blueprints laid out for this second cell, and it's copying the exact same layout as that one, but what we're doing is we're using this external wall here as the same wall for this one. So obviously it's still, that's the 11th block on that one, but it's also the 11th block that way. We just basically need to continue the same, so we just do that and fill all those blocks in, and it's so simple. Once you get the hang of it, it's so simple to make these, and you really don't think about it at all. You can just do it, and obviously you get the concrete and then leave the gaps, and that's all glass. It's so super simple, and you can just do this all day long. Obviously, if you're doing this in survival, you might want to use different materials because some are easier than others to come by, but like I say, it's really up to you how you want to do it. But now we've got that in place, we'll do the glass later. We can then fill the top and then go from there. Now, what I would say is, obviously this being attached to this, you could actually take out these here and make a doorway through. So you actually make one big building. So that's obviously one way, and it's obviously saving on blocks because you're using the same wall for both. You can, if you want to, take it one step further and take this wall out altogether. We'll come to that in a moment. So let's just fill this one in, and I'll probably fill a few more, and I'll come back to you and talk to you in a moment about how we're getting on. Right, so that second cell is now complete, and I've also gone ahead and put a third cell in here. So if we just drop down, what you can see is obviously this one is the original one we built, followed by this one, which we haven't got a door from. The only way in there is actually through inside this first one, and then over here we have a third cell, which is obviously identical, and it comes in there. But what I've also done is made some more cells on this side. So we've got another 3 going that way and another 1 just there. So they're all attached. And you may notice, obviously, we've got a gap here. If you've calculated already, you'll know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a perfect space in between each cell, so that if you want to, you can connect them later on. So if let's just say, for example, we want to go up. So if we were to get rid of some of these roof bits, let's just come in here and just go through all of those and get rid of them. I'm actually going to be replacing some of these backs. It's a little bit pointless, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We then obviously do the same again. So we get white all the way along the top. And do the same over here. White all the way along the top. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 and 11 for the blacks on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's that. We'd have obviously glass 1, 2, followed by 1, 2, followed by 1, followed by 1, 2, followed by 1, 2, and the same on there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and like that. That's then perfect. So we can then just go like that, fill all those in, super easy, and we have got a second floor of this building. Now, obviously, it's not quite finished. We need to do a bit more. We need to put the roof on and the windows. But let's just say, for example, we want to come in. So if we take away, I might as well just come here. So let's take that block away. So we can then put a ladder all the way along down there, and then you've got way up and down straight away. So that then becomes a second floor, and this opens up so many more options. For example, we don't just have to go across, we can now go up. So in this case, I've gone 3 floors high, 2 there, and you can see I've been a bit busy everywhere else as well. So what I'm going to do here is very quickly just show you how we can connect these two together, which you probably figured out already, but obviously this is the perfect space. There's 9 blocks in between. So if we come from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that's that gap there. And then do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and do the same up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And obviously this is the same height. Everyone's the same height, and there's nothing different between any one of these. But let's just fill all those in there, and we'll do the same rules. So we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, whoops a daisy. And the same over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then we'd obviously copy that all the way up for that. What I'm doing is leaving these two sides open so we can actually make this one big open room, which I think they look quite good like that, because depending on what you've got in these things, you're not necessarily going to want a 9 by 9, that's interior obviously, or 11 by 11 shaped room. You might want bigger, you might want smaller. If it's smaller, then, well, to be honest, you just don't use the entire room if you don't want to. If it's bigger, this is just a way of getting combinations of those rooms. So we would then just fill in all those blocks over there. So instead of having one cell, essentially there's going to be 3 cells up here, and they're all open so that we can use them. Now, I think you get the picture of that. I'll obviously do the same on the top, and then, oh, whoops, daisy, do the same on the top, and would obviously put the glass on the top as well to match both of them. So just to give you an idea, obviously, assuming that's complete, this is 3 by 3. That's a big open room. So that's one thing. We could obviously go up. We've got 3 floors here. So if we come up here, we've got another floor which isn't being used. And go down again. Oh, whoops. We can come out of the door, and we've got a nice little balcony to play on. So this space here is obviously a cell below, and the floor of this cell is the ceiling of the cell below. Also, if you wanted to, you need a taller room. You just take out the floor, and there's nothing stopping you going 3, 4, 5, 6 cells high as you want, as high as you get to a build limit. Just keep going, and you can get the height that you need. Also, over here, you can see that we've got this room protruding over the top, and obviously this space under here is no longer being used because that's not going to be a cell. So that's what you can do to decorate and add different things. So you could put you could put all sorts of bushes, shrubberies, all sorts of stuff in there, because in theory you're going to be using this space here potentially, and obviously above and the sides. But yeah, there's just other options. So we can then wander in here, and we've got another nice big open room. That's 2 cells, and then up here we've got an L shape using 3 cells. So it really does depend exactly what you want to do with the space to how you lay it out. But like I say, it really does give you lots of options. And if we just wander back over there just for a moment, what you can do then is just use some of these empty cells to just fill them in, just to add a little bit of decoration. Now, bear in mind that this is all empty, and this is obviously the old design, so that's obviously slightly different. But as soon as you start putting stuff in it, it starts to bring it to life. So in this case, it's just a couple of bushes there and some carpet just to sort of make it look a bit fancier. Some table and chairs on this one here. You can imagine there'd be like farms inside. Maybe you have your pumpkin farm or your sugarcane farm or whatever you need. What I've done down here as well, just put a tree, some bushes, some paths. Simple things like that, it makes a difference. So yeah. The one thing I would say with this though is you can literally do whatever you want. You can make it as big as you want, you can make it as small as you want, you can make it go for the entire city, and it works perfectly. You can just add some little, let's say, some paths in there, some trees, etc. It just sort of brings it to life, get a bit of livestock, etc. But one thing to remember is don't panic about it at the start. If you're not sure what to do, just do 1 cell, and then from there, build another cell. And another cell, and another cell, and another cell, until you've got something that works for you. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. It just depends what you want to put inside it. So if you do want to fill it with farms, make sure it's big enough for whatever farms you're putting inside it. If you need to put 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cells together next to each other, do that, and then just put some higher, put some lower, spread them out. But just go crazy with it. Just do whatever you want, and just, well, have fun. But unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. So if you fancy having a go at this yourself, feel free to do it. Obviously, copy the design. It's absolutely fine. I'll probably make another video with a few different design options later on. But feel free to have a go. And obviously, well, send me some messages. Send me something on Instagram. Let me know how you're getting on. Let me see what you've been doing. But if you enjoyed this episode, if you think you learned something, please give me a big like and a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And obviously, tell your friends about it too, because if you like it, there's a good chance they will too. But as always, I've been Skeeky Gamer, you've been awesome, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.